Hello, I'm Marlis Arnold, trade show marketing consultant and author of the book, Build a Better Trade Show Image. Welcome to the Trade Show Insights podcast with news, tips, and tools to expand your knowledge of exhibiting. 5 years ago, when I was researching for my book, I started learning a lot about road shows. In the beginning, I thought I was just going to write maybe a few paragraphs, but as I started doing more research, I realized that trade shows and road shows have a lot in common. Basically, a road show is simply a trade show on wheels. A lot of the same principles apply. And in the 5 years since then, road shows have exploded. So I thought it was only appropriate that we tie the two together with this episode of Trade Show Insights. So we're literally taking the show on the road to St. Charles, Missouri, a suburb of St. Louis, where on June 13th, I had the privilege of touring Craftsmen Industries, where they build all kinds of vehicles for traveling road shows. So listen in as I interview Rich Ruppe, who works with special project sales for Craftsmen.
This portion of our building, we do a lot of work with kitchens to go, and we're building trailers.
I noticed that on your website.
We're building trailers for California Department of Corrections, Burger King, a lot of folks.
Interesting.
Department of Corrections. You can't have the kitchens go bad at the, at the prison, so they have to have a backup.
Don't want to cause a riot because the kitchen shut down.
That's exactly right. I mean, these are really cool.
Well, the picture I saw on the website, I mean, it just looked like a restaurant kitchen. I mean,
they are just impressive. So you'll see, when we start, when we build the trailers, and once they take up a footprint out here, it's really difficult to move them around.
Well, exactly.
Once they're started, so
just park them and
the nice thing is we
keep working on them.
We like to get them in, and a double expandable, about 3.5 months or something from start to finish. So we like to get it in place, make sure we have all our information from our customer, and try to push the whole project through without having to move it.
Now, on these double expandables, what is the square footage when they're fully expanded?
When it's open, you have about 1,000 square feet on the inside.
Wow, so a lot of display space then.
Right. You'll notice our expandables are a little bit different than some you might see. Some expandables open up as an entire room, so you'd have the whole room slide out with one height ceiling, and then on the other side, another room would slide out, and it's still going to be a little bit lower. Ours expand a little bit differently. We have the ceiling folds open, the stages fold down, and then the walls slide out.
Oh, okay.
So both rooms are the same size. Each side mirrors the other.
Right.
So our design's just a little bit different than a lot of companies.
I would imagine this also makes for some challenge on designing the actual trailer part itself, because you have to be able to have everything else fold into it, correct?
It does. We'll see right now we're doing a project for Chrysler, and the roof is actually going up on this one. You can see the structure of this one. Now the wall on the exterior wall on this one's a glass wall on one side, and the canopy that's above actually opens up, so there'll be a walk-on deck on top of the trailer itself, and then the other portion of this expandable is a solid wall for the interior to be. This is, and believe it or not, this thing's gonna be ready in about 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks? Wow, and it's just a shell now.
This is how they start. We fabricate these double expandables from the ground up. So we build the entire framework of the trailer, and then we go up from there. So here's I guess a little bit of a different vehicle. This might be something that someone would use at a trade show. They might pull in just a small trailer that's a walk-through, have interactive displays on both sides.
Right. So what is the size on this one?
That's about a 25 or 28 foot just pull line trailer.
So about half the size of one of the full-size trucks.
Right. Now our graphics application department back in this area now. So we're kind of switching things around.
Oh wow, literally just peel and stick.
Yeah, some of the, yeah, well, that's exactly right. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see him applying the graphics to the side of that one trailer up there?
No, I didn't.
The printers are unbelievable. I don't know if the quality of a large format print has just the technology's gone bananas.
Oh, I know.
And it's really cool. I mean, it really, the limitations are almost non-existent now. You can print on the side of a building, and it's crystal clear at 5 feet. It's
amazing.
It's really pretty cool. The glass bodies have over the last maybe year and a half or so have really gone nuts.
So there's really not any interacting on these. It's just basically driving around town and showing off.
Well, actually, what they like with South Beach, what they did is they would park these in market, downtown New York, wherever, and they'd have some models on the inside. Just I guess just showing what you could look like after the South Beach diet took effect.
Right. But that's what I mean. The customers don't really interact unless, do they have separate tents that they
might set up a tent outside to register some folks and take some information so they could probably send on the South Beach info. Not as interactive.
No.
A little more visual.
Well, we had talked earlier about the ratio of consumer trucks versus business-to-business trucks. What would you say the percentages are?
I'd say right now, Craftsman as a whole probably does about 85% of their business is business to consumer, and the business-to-business market's picking up quite a bit right now. We'd like to get into it a little bit more, and that's it's a goal of ours right now. But business to consumer is just exploding. The market continues to grow.
What do you think is the reason that the B2B has kind of lagged behind?
I'm not 100% sure I can put my finger on that right now, but I could say that they're starting to figure out as a whole that on the larger items that some of these companies are providing, like large format printers with Hewlett Packard and things that are a little bit more difficult for folks to come see.
Right.
They'll either have to fly to a particular market to see it. They can be a little more specific, set up times and shows.
Well, they want to be able to see it in action.
Exactly. We did a one particular for Hewlett Packard, in which they built a custom trailer to put one of their large format printers on, and I believe their sales grew by 250 or 300% by being able to take that in the market.
So how long do most of these trucks stay out on the road? Do they do like a year tour or?
Tours can average from 2 weeks to 2 years. Kind of depends on the marketing company and the dollars that they plan to put toward it. But and some vehicles are leased, some are bought. But for the most part, if someone spends the money to buy a vehicle, I would say it's probably about a 1 year. For a specific brand, Levi's just had their trailer in here. They bought it for they did a 1 year tour with it. It came in for we call it a refit.
Right.
So now it's going back out kind of on a different mission.
Okay, so they just kind of rework it and send it back out again, as opposed to probably the people who lease do maybe a 6-month tour and then they may not do anything for a while.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
The leased vehicles there's a little more flexibility there.
Right.
Right.
So about, just ballpark, about how many trucks a year do you think you guys turn out of here?
It's probably a split between the refurb work,
right,
and then the new vehicles. But we probably build from the ground up as far as either a double expandable or single expandable. we might do 25 of those a year. And then when it comes to reefer work, we probably retrofit a couple of hundred a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just because those vehicles have been on the market
Right.
longer. And so they just need to come in and either
they need some TLC,
a new theme or some new graphics, or they're going to promote a new product.
mm-hmm.
You know, and then we can just say, okay, there we go.
Right. Any particular trend? I know you said the glass bodies are becoming really popular. Any other trends that you're seeing in the road show?
You know, probably right now the glass bodies, you know, one of the more sought after pieces. The double expandables have their interest has not gone away.
No.
People still like that a lot. You can do an awful lot under one roof.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with those small vehicles are coming on quite a bit. They're a little more versatile. You can take them into more markets in different places.
Well, I noticed on your website you guys have done everything from, you know, little bitty cars that look like Shamu to
Right. You know, we've built the last couple Oscar Mayer Winnie mobiles. So,
which is probably the ultimate road show. I mean, it's been going for what?
Forever.
How many years?
Yeah,
like
I really don't
40
know.
years or something?
I really don't know if they've been around for a while. But the small vehicles are, like I said, more versatile. And obviously there's a lot of need for, you know, budget,
Mm-hmm.
Budget confinement, and you know. So, but I'd say the glass bodies right now are the hottest style.
Okay. Is there really a slow time of year, or is it pretty much year round now? Because I would guess people are building at all times and getting ready to go out on the road.
It's become a year-round thing. Used to be that summertime was a slower time of year, but now it's, as you can see, we have quite a few vehicles that are still out there, either from the ground up being built, and some of the vehicles that take a little bit of a longer time. We're finding out that some of the marketing companies are freeing up money in the summertime to build, and I think a little more time and effort in the design of their vehicle. But there's not really a slow time.
Well, and I would guess then, like in October, November, you start to get all the refits, so the ones that have been on the road all summer long, and then...
Yeah, November, December,
mm-hmm.
January is just a slammed. People are asking for quotes, people are asking for time frames, people are asking for, you know, ideas. It's a really busy time of the year, and then we produce January, February, March, April, and nonstop. We go 2-3 shifts depending on what's going on. So
wow.
It's nuts. It's fun though. Very fun industry.
Well, it's fun just to see all the creative things that you guys have produced.
I think it keeps everybody here young,
yeah.
Because the marketing industry is, as you know, it's a very young industry.
Mm-hmm.
So very creative people. A lot of fun to be around.
And high energy.
High energy and very demanding.
And never short of ideas.
No, which is a good thing.
That is a good thing. And in case you're thinking that the road shows are only for the big guys with lots and lots of money, Rich said that you could wrap an existing vehicle and put in some kind of sound system or other extras that would make it interactive for possibly less than $5,000, and that the vehicle wraps can last up to 5 years. So basically, the concept of doing a road show is limited only by your own imagination. Another controversy with road shows in the beginning was that show managers were afraid that it was going to take away from their business on the show floor. But now, smart show managers are finding a way to partner with these exhibitors who want to tour and tying it in as a follow-up to an existing trade show. Or even, as Rich mentioned, some of the smaller vehicles can be brought into the trade show floor as part of the exhibit. So there are plenty of ways to tie the two programs together. Be sure to check out the show notes at www.imagespecialist.com/tradeshowinsights, where I've got some pictures of some of the vehicles that Craftsman has created. Well, that's it for this edition of Trade Show Insights. I'm Marlis Arnold, Image Specialist. Thanks for listening.